He's just simply a wonderful storyteller, wonderful. Jerry Dahlgren.
Okay, and now for something completely different. Before I begin, I would like to apologize to everyone for any horrific images that this story may conjure up, and to my children for any additional hours of therapy that will certainly ensue upon hearing the story. You see, this story is about nudity. Specifically, my first experience at skinny dipping. I never did and still don't understand what the prevailing attitude towards nudity and the exposure of certain body parts in public. Because if you think about it, there are 6.9 billion people in the world. I looked it up. And there are two basic models, male and female. They are essentially but the same, branded like cars, which are essentially the same. Some people are built like sleek Jaguars, and other of us are more resemble the AMC Pacer. And I've heard arguments that children might be traumatized by nudity, but I've never known any child that has. In fact, I find the opposite is true. Any child who has unexpectedly seen someone in the buff is typically delighted and must tell their friends. Some behaviors we never outgrow. So, when, as a party I was hosting was winding down, it was suggested we go swimming on this hot Georgia night. I don't believe I hesitated. To be fair, I had had a few beverages, so there's no telling what I would have agreed to. Now, the pool in this apartment complex had no apartments that actually overlooked it, so it was situated well for skinny dipping. So 5 of us, 3 women and 2 men, decided to do just that at 1:30 in the morning. We packed up our little cooler, a few snacks, and off to the pool we went. I was the oldest. The next oldest was a female and a veteran skinny dipper. She certainly was not squeamish about public nudity. After all, she streaked her high school graduation. And the other 3 were in their mid to late 20s. So we were enjoying the pool, and though I don't want to say we were having innocent fun, there certainly wasn't anything overtly sexual going on. Then about 2 a.m., we heard the gates of the pool open. The entrance was obscured by the pool house, so we didn't know who was coming. And at that point, about 15 people, mostly women in their 20s, entered the pool area. We were caught literally with our pants down. The other male in our group called out, "You can't come in the pool unless you take your swimsuits off." And they answered with a casual, "Okay," and proceeded to comply. The pool was now full of lovely naked women and a few guys. A couple of the guys did leave their shorts on, but I figured it was to hide how happy they were at this recent event. Now, what shocked me was that I always thought that to get a woman naked, you would at least need dinner, a movie, flowers, jewelry, dollars in the garter belt, and sometimes a ring on the finger. It never occurred to me to just ask. This is information I could have used 30 years prior to this hearing. And also what I found surprising is that after the initial shock, for want of a better word, wore off, it seemed perfectly normal and natural. And no one was traumatized. In fact, we were delighted. And the next day it made for a good story. Some behaviors we never get over.
The beginnings of the Playboy Mansion. Minus that nasty grotto.